So can you tell us some of the scholarships you applied to? I mean, schools you applied to from which kind part of the world? Was it in US, in Canada, UK, or Australia? How did the journey start? More specifics.
Okay. Okay, so when I started right after graduation. That was in August 2023. But I was just applying for schools in the US. So I had like, for almost all the schools I applied to, I had admissions into it. But I didn't know that with the US, you have to like target schools with funding. So I was just doing the application. But in 2024, when I decided to restructure come up with a new strategy, I applied to schools in the US as well as Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, which I felt I would have gotten in. But last minute, there was a problem around it that I had to let that one go. And then I applied for Erasmus. So for the fully funded scholarships, I applied for Commonwealth Shared and Erasmus, just the two.
Okay, that's good. So I mean, that's to tell everybody, okay, every day we
Mhm.
get new knowledge. When you get new knowledge, you apply it accordingly. And it's all
Mhm.
about being strategic. What I picked up is that earlier on you had applied, you were just applying like how everybody, I want to go to school abroad,
Yes,
so I'm just applying. But now you notice,
exactly.
no, let me rather be more strategic. So that is what we are
Yes.
telling everybody. Just be more strategic and purposeful. And I can see you targeted Commonwealth Scholarship and then Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. Even though there's no Commonwealth Scholarship, can you just give us a gist, just in case somebody wants to, and just to tell everybody that we've done a Commonwealth Scholarship on the Dear Young Graduate page as well, so you can take your time and watch it. But just give us a gist to our viewers, anything they can learn from applying for a Commonwealth Scholarship.
Okay, so for Commonwealth, what I realized is that I think they were more focused on your extracurricular activities related to the program you are applying to. So I applied for mental health studies, and when I was in school, I interned in a lot of like mental health fields. So that was like a strong point for me because when I looked at the questions they were asking me, when you look at the Commonwealth shared questions, it's all about your impact. They are looking out for your impact. Like, what have you done around the field that you're applying to? So I feel like that was one thing that made me stood out, even though initially I was on the waiting list. I received my first email that I was on the waiting list. Then later on, I received a follow-up email that they were considering me for the scholarship. Yes.
Wonderful.
So, mhm. So that was it for Commonwealth. But finally, when I wanted to go ahead with it, I realized that the school needed IELTS for me, which I didn't have.
Okay.
And then I was preparing to actually go and write, and then Erasmus came in, and I dropped Commonwealth for
Whoa.
Erasmus.
Wow. Wow. That's good news to hear. So I think one thing that Lois always says, Dr. Lois always says, is that when you
Mhm.
are applying to school,
Mhm.
aside applying for the school, look for the scholarship. Because
Yes,
sometimes
exactly.
the scholarship process is quite different. For some schools, what is going to happen is that as you're applying for the admission comes automatically with the scholarships. Some
Yes,
schools, you would have to apply for the admission separately and apply for the scholarship separately. Some schools, you need to get the admission before you can apply for the scholarships. So we all need to take our time and then check all these nitty-gritties. I mean, it's quite not sad per se, but I knew you would have written the IELTS. I mean, sure, maybe
yes,
earlier on when you were checking, you didn't really see the IELTS consideration. What happened?
exactly. If I'd seen it, like I applied for Commonwealth in 2024 December.
Okay,
If I'd seen it earlier, I'm sure I'd have written the IELTS by January or February, right?
okay,
But I didn't see it until I finished the whole application and I got to the latter part. I
okay.
saw it. But one thing I want to say about the study abroad is process is that I realize that some people are so fixated to specific countries. They are so fixated to specific countries. So, for example, in 2020, I was applying to just US schools.
Okay.
And I was not paying attention to other opportunities in other parts of the world. But then
Mm-hmm.
in 2024, I realized that no, there are opportunities available in other countries that I can also benefit from. So I wouldn't limit myself to just the US, but I was going to open my cycle of what do we call it? Like I was just going to broaden my cycle. I wasn't just going to focus on one country, but I was going to try. So even I applied to some schools in Sweden as well.
Okay.
I had like some 50% partial scholarships. And like you said in the US too, some of the schools I applied to, they had like automatic scholarships. I remember I got into one school with 70% scholarship, but the cost of attendance was high. Even with the 70% scholarship, the deficit was too high for me. And there were other schools in the US that I applied to that the funding came later after I'd gotten my visa for Germany.
Ha 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 ha.
So that's it. So if you intend to apply to any school abroad, even though you may have like your dream country, you should consider other countries as well, other developing countries where they have greater opportunities.
Yes. So I like the principle of what you're saying, casting your net wide. You never know which one
Yes.
would work as well. And as of now that immigration rules are changing across the whole world, I mean
Mm-hmm.
diversify. You never know where the restrictions will come from. And wherever you
Exactly.
get to, you can use that country, even though it's, let's say your partial destination to then arrive at your
It's a
final
stepping stone.
destination.
So, yeah,
Yes. So
exactly.
it goes to everybody. This is something we should all note and then giving our very best as well. Okay, very good. So now just tell us, everybody is here for Erasmus Mundus. Okay, we
Okay.
are live on Facebook as well. So
Okay.
you can share the link, you can let your friends know. We are live on Facebook as well. So tell us, Erasmus Mundus.
Mhm.
What was the rationale behind Erasmus Mundus and what happened? Speak to us. Why Erasmus
Okay.
Mundus?
So with Erasmus Mundus, the first time I heard of the scholarship was through my mentor, who is a lecturer that I was working with. But when she mentioned it to me, the only psychology program I could find was industrial and organizational psychology, which I was really not interested in. Even though I said I was going to cast my nets wide, I was still not interested in that program. So I was also doing the study abroad. I had like a friend who I was doing the study abroad process with. So he knew my interest and I knew his. So anytime I come across an opportunity that I felt was within his interest, I shared with him. When he
Okay.
comes across any opportunity he feels is within my interest, he shares it with me. So one time I opened my WhatsApp and then he sent me a message. I was like, Andy, I saw this opportunity on LinkedIn. I feel you get in, so apply. And when he sent me the scholarship link, like it was direct to the scholarship, so I didn't have to go to the the Erasmus portal or other things. He just sent me the direct link. Then I went to read about the scholarship. I was like, this scholarship is very competitive because it was 70% of your academic merits. And
Okay.
then I knew that people had like 4.0s from different countries who are going to apply for the same scholarship. So when he sent it to me, I don't know, for some strange reasons, he told me that he felt like I was going to get into I should apply. But he sent it to me very late. When he sent it to me in January, and then the deadline was in February. But the
Wow.
surprising thing is that when he sent it to me, the initial deadline has passed, but the scholarship extended the deadline. So I had like a week more.
Great.
Yes. So it means that I had to like do everything very fast. So I read about the scholarship and then I was like, okay, I am someone who engaged in a lot of volunteering work, and most of the program, it's social psychology. So they are looking for your interactions with people, how you understand group dynamics and other things. And I felt like, okay, this is something that I have experience in it. So I was going to put in my best. So that's how my Erasmus Mundus journey started. I really didn't go to the catalog to look for the program. The scholarship was presented to me and I applied.
Very good. Very good. I really like the points whereby you talk about working as teams, working as with your friend, and it cuts across to everybody. I mean, in this life, it says can two work together unless they agree. And it is said that
Mm,
if you work alone, you walk fast, but if you work as a team, you walk farther. So just like how your friend found it and shared it to you directly, as compared to
mm,
you having going to the catalog, taking, sometimes you are working, you are doing so many things. So that's that time to take your time. Anyway, cry. They actually even said that
exactly.
you feel that we cry. I won't even get in admitted because I mean people with better GPA 4.0 if I'm getting 3.9 and stuff. But you see,
Mm,
one thing I always want to you said that I want to remind everybody is don't self-reject yourself. I mean,
mhm,
we are in that phenomenon or that era whereby yes, it is true your GPA is not the best. It is true you are not the very best, but you don't know. You
mm.
see how your friend, and it takes the pushing power of a friend to push you to where you need to get to. So as we all work as teams, we share and we all work together and we can able to. So that is a very good. In fact, shout out, please give a shout out to that your friend so that he or she will hear about it.
Okay. So my friend, he's called Ebenezer Sorry.
Okay.
Ebenezer Edua, sorry, I'm sure he should be on the call by now or
Okay.
something. If he's not here, then maybe he's
Please,
busy. So
everybody show Ebenezer some love, show him some love, show Ebenezer some love, wherever he is.
Ebenezer
Oh,
Edua, sorry. Yeah,
yes, that's the beauty about life. One of the things I've learned in this life is when you get opportunities, share.
exactly.
You can't take all the opportunities in this world. So as long as you
Mhm.
can't take all, and sometimes it might not be applicable to you, you can always share to a friend. And it's sometimes surprising that sometimes surprising that you share an opportunity to a friend, your friend will get in, and when he or she gets in through that opportunity, he will also now see an opportunity only because he was in, and then he will then share to you. That's the beauty about
Exactly.
it. So that is what we are preaching. Everybody, we are all as Ghanaians searching for this opportunity. Ghanaian, Nigerians, Africans searching for this opportunity. There's no competition. You're not competing with your friend. And the opportunities
Mhm.
are many. So if you get it, share it. Don't keep it to yourself. And I'm very happy. I know your friend will be very happy. Ebenezer, wherever you are, I salute you for the very good job that you have done as well. So now, can you take us through the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship? Many people have heard about it. So number one, okay, please just before you take us through, tell us how is the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship like? I know you are telling me it is fully funded. What are the things that it caters for? Does it cater for your flight? Does it cater for your full tuition? Does it cater for stipends? Give us a breakdown of the scholarship package. Then now you walk us through how one can apply for Erasmus Mundus Scholarship.
Okay. So the Erasmus scholarship package comes with a visa application fee waiver. When you for Germany, when you apply for the visa, you pay an amount of 75 euros when you go for the interview. But if you get an Erasmus Mundus scholarship, when you go for the visa, you don't have to pay that amount again. Then secondly, you get it's called a prepayment amount. Once you get
Okay.
your visa and you are settled to like move to the country, you get a
Okay.
prepayment amount, which is usually more than, let's say, 2,000 euros for you to finance like your flights and your accommodation and other things. But in my case, I couldn't get it because I needed to create an European bank account and I was struggling to create one in Ghana. So I
Okay.
had to like finance everything and now get here and receive that prepayment. Then apart from that, they're going to give you a stipend. And out of that stipend, you're supposed to use it for your housing and then your food and clothing. But your tuition and everything will be taken care of. You're not going to take any money out of your stipend for that. So tuition fee is waived. I'm in Germany. I don't know for other Erasmus scholars, but for me, even the Deutschland ticket is given to me like every month they renew my tickets. The ticket that I use for the trains and the bus is free
Okay.
for me. I don't have to pay every month, it's automatically renewed.
Okay.
And sometimes do you go on field trips and other things? Yes, so that's the whole Erasmus package. And it is a mobility program. What it means is that you don't stay in one country. So for
Okay.
instance, by the time I'm done with my program, I would have been to 4 or more European countries. So I'm starting here in Germany. In my second semester, I'm moving to Portugal, then to Italy. Then in my final semester, I have to choose one European country where I want to have my internship.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
that is the Erasmus scholarship. It's
Erasmus.
just, I just feel like if you don't even have money and you get into it, you are good to go. The rest of the things will be taken care of.
That's
And
good.
your visa is also like it's simple to get your visa as well. Because I remember when I went for my visa interview, I was asking them how long it takes for you to get your visa after the interview. And I was told that sometimes it can take up to a month. But I went for my interview on Wednesday and I had my visa on Friday. It took me 2 days to get
Wow. Wow.
because the scholarship is coming from the European Union, so they'll
Sure.
prioritize you.
Sure.
Yes, so that's how the whole scholarship is.
Okay. So what I picked up is that the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship won't find charming.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
God.
yeah.
So the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship covers your tuition, your visa
Yes,
fee,
yes,
paid for,
yes,
initial money for flights and accommodation if your European
exactly.
bank account is able to be made on time, and then
Mm.
other things like stipends for housing and food, and then your tuition is also covered, full tuition covered, and then transport, even transport to the extent of transport. So yes, this scholarship is
Yes,
everything. It's
it's
really
everything exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
So
So
the
one
I've
thing
also
I didn't mention is that
okay.
if you're on
hmm
the scholarship, you can't work. That is it. You can't work.
You can't
But
wait.
the money they'll give you will make you okay. You don't need to work. The stipend you get will be enough to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of.
Oh yes, but why work when you are being given stipend? I really want to ask.
I'm a Ghanaian.
I understand. I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
But I mean, the most important thing is that you've gotten the scholarship and it's catering for whatever you need to be able to finish your master's program within that 2 year program. And that you are saying
exactly.
there are 4 countries. So you are starting in Germany, you are going to Portugal for your next semester, and then Italy for your third semester. But then for your we'll come to that question. Don't worry, Stella. And then for your final country is like one country in Europe whereby you want to do your internship. So I mean, by the time
Exactly.
you'll be done with the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, you'll be an Europe trotter. I won't say globe trotter. You'd have trotted through the whole of
Have
Europe as well.
Europe. Yes.
Yes, that's very good. So now, does it mean that all Erasmus Mundus scholars have to study a program in Germany, or how is the country dynamics like? Can you help our viewers understand that?
No, you all don't have to start your program in Germany. Every program has their own mobility path. So mine starts in Germany to Portugal to Italy. I have a friend I met on the Erasmus Mundus pre-departure that was organized by the European Union in Ghana, and
Okay.
she's in Germany though, but she's in another state, like another state.
Okay.
And for her first semester, she's here in Germany, but for her second semester, she's going to Sweden, I think.
Okay.
Sweden, and then she'll move to Italy. So we have like different parts depending on your program. So the
Okay.
mobility paths are different. It's not the same. It's not the same for everyone.
Everybody. Okay. So a question that comes to mind now, if you are doing your course in one school in Germany, and then you move to another course, another school in Portugal and Italy, and then a final European country, how do they compile your GPA? Kindly help us. Today I'm asking my questions like a KG boy, so that you take your time to explain, so that everybody will understand. So pardon me if my questions are very class one kind of questions. I want everybody to understand the concept, so that's why.
All the countries I've mentioned, are we going to like a university in that country? So the program is actually organized by those universities. So first semester, I'm here. At the end of the semester, I get my results. When I go to my second country, we have like the host institution, which is the institution that I'm in, International Psychoanalytic University. So they
Okay.
are going to be doing the compilation of the results, but through the other universities.
Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get you. So
So we have the host university.
okay.
Then they have the other universities that comes with it. So when I finish my first semester here, my results will be in the university's portal. When I go to my second university, they will also give me a separate portal where I'll see my results. But then at the end of the program, they'll put everything together. I have another friend who was also an Erasmus Mundus scholar. I think now he's doing his PhD. And then I was asking him, and he said his transcript is like an A3 sheet, and you don't just get one degree. I'm going to get like 2 degrees from 2 universities. So I'm going to have like 2 master's degree.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So that's
That's
how it is.
that's how it is. So more or less like let me bring to the Ghanaian context. You start at Legon. So I know you are UCC. So
Mhm.
UCC is your host. So it means that your main school
Yes,
is UCC. But after first semester, you go and do one
yes.
semester at Legon. You go and do
I'll
one
go to
semester
Lagos.
at Tech.
Yes,
Then your last course is maybe at UDS. So by the time you are done, all the three, that
yes,
is Legon, KNUST, and UDS, will bring all the compilation and then bring it to UCC, which is your host, which is your main university. But
exactly,
then how does the second master's come?
exactly.
How does the second master's come, like for your friend?
So it's I I was just told by it was part of the I don't know the scholarship handbook that I read.
Okay.
It was part of it. I don't really know how it's going to be done, but it was just part of it. At the end of the program, I'm going to have like a two masters. The first one from the host university, and the
Okay.
second one is from University of Lisbon, which is in Portugal. They are going
Yes,
to give the
Portugal.
second master's
Okay. Oh,
degree.
that's
Yeah,
that's really great. I mean, killing two birds with one stone. So that's really one of the great things to hear as well.
master.
So now today, let's take it like this. I have no idea about how to
Mhm.
do the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. So I'm going to
Okay.
technically share my screen if possible. Then you are just going to just
Mhm.
guide me from the first stage.
Kindly
So,
go to search and apply. Search and apply.
okay, I'm coming. So search and apply. So
So here, yes.
okay. Okay. I was saying that those in the audience, some of you might be just listening because maybe you are caught up doing something. Okay. What I'm actually doing is I'm taking my time step by step to go through the process. So if you are maybe listening and then following now, I am going to you can just come and see what device is as I'm there is taking me through how to
Mhm.
apply as somebody for the first time or whatever it is. So we are just going to be more practical. So if you can't see, kindly let me know so that I know that whatever I'm doing is not showing well. But from my end, I think
It's showing
they can't
here.
see. Okay, great,
Yes, I
good.
can see. So you can
So,
type psychology as search the course. So here, if you're
mhm,
applying, depending on the course that the program you want to apply for, if you have a bachelor's degree in, let's say, psychology and you want a master's in psychology, you type psychology there. But note that you can't have, let's say, a bachelor's in psychology and you want to go and apply for an entirely different program which has no relation with your bachelor's.
okay,
It should be related at least a bit. So
okay.
let's just type psychology.
Psychology. Okay, okay. Did I click the right place? The catalog.
Let me see. No, you
Okay,
were supposed to type it at search course. So
okay.
please
I'm
go back.
coming.
Search the course catalog.
So
There.
here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll keep it by opening a new link. I normally like doing it that way so that it happens. Let me see. Hmm. My screen. I am bebree o m'ani so.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is what comes. The search, the Erasmus Mundus,
Please scroll
scroll
down and let's
down.
see what we have.
Okay, grade.
Mm,
Okay, the catalog is now
yes,
showing.
yes.
So you type in the
Here the
keyword.
keywords.
Okay,
Yes, so let's use like psychology.
psychology. So
Yes.
psychology. Phonetics people will tell me that it starts with a P. So
Yes.
psychology.
PSY.
So, psychology. Right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it's asking of the countries. You can select all the countries. So in that sense, it's going to give you all the countries where they run psychology programs.
Psychology. Okay. So I should select all.
Yes.
Okay. Then, so I
Then you
mean,
scroll.
let's scroll down. Okay.
Then
Mm-hmm.
I think with this, you can just go ahead and type search.
Yes, search. Okay, good. Good. So please, everyone, when you come, there are filters. Those of you
Mhm.
like only some countries, you can just restrict it to the countries you like. Some of you, maybe Germany, maybe Portugal, those kind of people, you just restrict it. But it's always good to cast your tentacles wide. So we'll use that. So I'll click search, and
Mhm.
then let's see what happens. Have I clicked the search?
No, I don't think so. Okay, I think it's searching.
It's searching. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so it's
So
showing
let's
one,
scroll
two.
down and see.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
great.
So it's going to give you psychology and related programs.
Courses. Okay,
So we can scroll. I want to find my scholarship. I think that's the best one I can use for them. So that's social psychology of transformation, understanding and mastering social change.
that is yours, right?
Yes.
That is yours. So I
So you
should
can,
click it. Okay,
yes, social psychology of transformation.
okay, great. I'm clicking on it.
So now when you click on it, it will now take you from the whole Erasmus catalog to the scholarship specific website. Now you're on the scholarship specific website. This way you
Okay,
get all the answers that you are looking for, like the documents they need from you and how to go about with the application.
okay. So what I'll do is, hey, brofo.
German. It's in
Okay.
German. I think the
So
first one is like accept all or something.
no. So preferably, what do I do? Do I just accept and move, and then I'll do the translation on the page?
Pick the first one.
I think the page is in English.
The page is in English, so I should just
It's
skip
just
this.
this thing that is showing in German. Yes, so
Okay.
you can click the alley something. I think that's accept
Okay.
all or something.
Okay. All right.
Yes, so now it will bring you to the scholarships page.
Okay.
So this is where you find like all the answers you are looking for. I think you can scroll down.
Okay.
It's going to give you the
Okay.
so it
So
will
this
tell you a
is
little bit about the scholarship
okay. So this is
and
restricted to only your course, social
yes,
psychology of transformation. That is
information.
unique for this one among the Erasmus
Yes,
Mundus scholarships, right?
scholarships. Yes,
Great. Okay. Good. So normally when I come, what would I have to do? I mean, to everybody, please, anytime you go to any page, okay, just take your time, read. We
exactly.
beg you. We beg all of us. Please, let's take our
The
time and
reading
read.
the reading is a problem for this Ghanaians because sometimes you share a message out there, the information is in the message and they will not read it. So, for example, you see this page, there's apply directly here, but you can't go ahead and just apply. You need to. So, for me, before I applied, I had read like everything here,
Thank
everything you
you.
see there.
Thank
I
you.
read everything.
So it means
So,
you
when you
read
scroll down,
it means you read the internship providers, you went to read
providers, the student
student
service,
services, alumni
alumni, and
careers.
I
There's a
read
reason why
everything.
they placed it there. They didn't put it there
Stadium.
for
Right? Stadium.
beautification. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Continue.
So,
What should I do?
So when you come, please scroll down. There is a part
Okay.
where you get the criteria. So the entry requirement is there. When you look at programs, it says why sport.
Okay.
So if you want, you can start from why sport. Then you read about it before you come to the entry requirements and the selection procedure.
Okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to open in a so open a new tab, entry requirements, open in a new tab, selection procedure, open the new tab. Please, if somebody speaking, you can kindly mute. Okay, I'll mute him. Don't worry. Uh-huh. So now, just as Amdia is saying, so now you come and read on why sports,
Yes,
social psychology of transformation. Take your time, read and see what the vision and the mission. Now, what is this? Okay, Ambia, sorry. You
yes.
continue. So-
So
Okay.
this one. So I remember I read this, and then
hmm
maybe we could just go to the entry requirements.
Entry requirements.
That's
Okay.
where you know what you're supposed
What
to.
you are
But I
supposed
read
to.
all this.
You read all
Yes.
this to have an understanding of what the
Of
whole
yes.
thing is about. Okay, good. Okay, so the entry
The
requirement is
entry
also,
requirements.
it's also here.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Okay. So the entry requirement says that you must hold a bachelor's degree in psychology recognized by the EU as a first cycle degree. So not
Yes.
necessarily in the EU, recognized by the EU. So it means that in other countries like Ghana, that degree is what classified and I mean recognized, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it says that you must provide an evaluation report issued by Uni Assist as verification of your eligibility for. So
Yes.
please kindly explain this one for us.
So Uni Assist is a platform that most people use to apply for schools in Germany. So it
Okay.
will evaluate your transcript. You know, the Ghanaian system, we have the 4.0 system. It will evaluate it into the German education criteria. There are GPA criteria. So you
Okay.
submit, or I had to submit like all my documents here, and then they
Mhm.
evaluated it and got back to me in let's say a week. A week.
Okay. 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 Shall I
So that's
continue?
what the uni assist is for.
Okay, great. Then English proficiency. So
Yes,
a strong command of English is required, equivalent to level C1, C1 as defined by the Common European Framework of Reference of Languages. So in this case,
yes.
would you have to write an IELTS or is just our English proficiency letter from Ghana is enough for this purpose?
So when you read just here, you think that you need IELTS, but I had to go back to Uni Assist and read on
Okay.
Uni Assist as well. Like you do a lot of reading. So
Okay.
Uni Assist, I realized that if you're applying if you need to submit an English proficiency. Instead of the IELTS, you can submit your WASI results. That is if you had B3 or better in English. So I
I mean,
submitted my WASI results
you said
with a
what?
results checker.
So what result? What result in the what? Did you say B3?
B3 or better. I think,
Okay.
yeah, B3 or better.
Okay. Okay.
So I submitted my WASI results and I added a results checker. They need to confirm that the results is genuine. So you buy a results checker with the PIN code and the serial number. You upload that as well. And then I added my English language proficiency from University of Cape Coast as well. So I
Okay.
didn't need to write IELTS.
You didn't need to write IELTS. Okay, great. So,
But
okay, continue.
but for some of the Erasmus programs, it will clearly be stated that you have to write the IELTS.
Okay.
IELTS is just the requirement. So for some of the other programs, you would need the IELTS. They will not waive it even if you submit your WASI results or English proficiency test. So depending on the scholarship you're applying for, you really need to understand what they are looking for. The same Erasmus, different, they are looking for different things. My scholarship said if I submit my WAEC results, they'll take it. Other Erasmus scholarships will tell you that you still need to write IELTS. That's what they will take. They won't take the English proficiency from your school.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough. Okay, that's good. So, so for you like this, what did UNIASS say about those who had C4 and then C5 and C6? I mean, can you remember, or they should go and
I
read?
don't remember exactly, but I think the cutoff was, I think if it's not B3, then it's C4.
Okay.
If you had, it said that if you had your high school degree in English, then you provide your high school results with your first degree results as well. I don't
Okay.
really remember. It's been like
Remember,
1 year now.
I mean, but at least we show them what they should do, and even for the uni assist, there's if you see more, you click see more from here, you'll be able to
Yes.
see much of the things that you need to do as well. So that shouldn't be a problem there. Okay, so
And
then
I paid an application fee.
okay, tell us. People don't want to hear about paying
Yes.
application fee. Remind us.
Yes. So this one I had to pay an application fee, which went to Uni Assist for my GPA to be evaluated. I paid 75 euros, but it has been refunded to me
Oh wow,
as part of the scholarship. I've
Erasmus.
gotten it back. Yes.
Wow.
I paid a
Okay.
75 euros application fee. So one thing that deters people from applying for schools or scholarship is sometimes the application fee. The last time I was telling my friend that, sometimes good things don't come cheap. Because
Hmm.
imagine when I converted that 75 euros, then it was about 1,200 or something. I don't remember. Imagine if
Gosh.
I just said because of 1,002, I was not going to apply. I would have missed it. So sometimes you have to pay the application fee. You don't always have to chase the free ones. If you
Okay.
see an opportunity, you feel like you can get in, just close your eyes and pay that money. It will be worth it. I paid 75 euros. I had it back, so I've not lost.
Okay.
So that,
So, I mean, the encouragement from Ambia is as you are chasing the free, pay some. Don't be too
yes,
pessimistic that
yes,
you
exactly.
yeah, you don't want to pay anything. Just free, free,
Mm.
free. Kwasa. Just manage it. Okay. As you are doing some of the free, then you are paying some. But you have to be strategic, as you said. I mean, as
Yes, yes. It's not
because
just anything like
1,200 CDs is not really it's not small money here in
small
Ghana.
money. Yes.
So people have to, but if you do your homework while you do that, that can really help as well. Okay, good. So then it says country specific considerations. Um, Anything about this one, or we should read? I mean, there are other
So
things.
yeah, that's where you find out whether your degree is recognized by them.
Okay, okay, so good. Now then
So
the application.
the application process, that's the last one.
Okay. So should we just open it, or I mean, it's just like a normal application process whereby you have to follow
Yes,
the.
it's a normal application process
Okay.
where you submit. So you can go to the selection criteria.
Okay, selection criteria. Okay, great. Let me admit a few people. Sorry, they are
Okay.
joining. Okay, great. Okay, so selection criteria. Am I at the right
Mhm.
place? Sorry, I'm doing all the controls at a go. So sometimes it's
Yeah, I
okay.
understand.
Great. So yes, please. So the admission process explained. So it says that there are three main stages: eligibility criteria. check. Pre-selection, shortlisting, and final approval by the governing body. So eligibility check. It says the first step is to verify that you meet the basic eligibility requirement. This will be handled by the program coordinating team at IPU Berlin in collaboration with the University of Purdue, which has extensive experience in assessing international qualifications. If you are found ineligible, you'll be notified within 2 months of the application deadline. So
Yes.
these are so for this one, what do you do? Or you just continue?
So
Yes.
I read this one just to get to understand. The most important place I read was the pre-selection. That's why it said academic performance, work up to 70 points. So based on your GPA, then internship, volunteerism, and other things. Then scientific publication. They were asking for scientific publication. At the time that I was applying, my undergraduate project supervisor was trying to publish my research work, the one I
Okay.
did in my
Okay.
final year.
Okay.
So I submitted that and then I wrote in bracket under review because he had submitted it to a journal and it was under
Okay.
review. So I
Okay.
added that.
That as well. Sure. So
But
continue.
I asked my colleagues, some of them didn't have scientific publications, but they still got into it.
Very good. So,
Yeah.
as we always say, don't self-reject. How someone say, me, I don't have research experience. Me, I
Yes.
don't have this. Nobody has everything. I mean, nobody has every single thing. Whatever you have, package it. As you said, it was under review. It wasn't even yet published. And
Yes.
even the undergraduate thesis you have done is some level of research experience. Put it
Yes.
in and say this is what you have. Sometimes, and there's even research gate. Sometimes you want people to just have access to your undergraduate experience. You can just put it on research gate, even though it's not like a high class. It just makes your research work accessible for everybody to see, so that they see that at least if they read through, they can see that this is actually what you did. Because not all the schools might even ask you to attach a research sample or research item for them to actually see. But if it is there and somebody makes a checkup on you, they can see all of these things there. So please, let's not. I mean, can it be? My embu ye ho abunfia. Ade we de mini bio.
Okay.
They mean to me, yeah, then we stop. No, there is something you can do. But as you can see, the most important relevant experience is your internship, your volunteerism, your advocacy.
Yes.
So this is especially to our brothers and sisters who are still in school. Please, some of us we didn't know this one were in school. If you are in school now,
Volunteer.
if they are volunteer, be part of this executive committee. If they are doing whole week, anything you can volunteer and help. Don't become only book and yamisum and then finish school. No, I mean, find something that adds value to you, so that by the time you come out of school, if you are applying for masters, I know people who said that they will never apply for masters, but they are now applying. So don't say that's for me. I will never. Just make sure that just in case you have to do anything, you are always prepared for whichever way it goes. So the third point talks about once all applications have been scored, the evaluators will create a short list of candidates. If you are not shortlisted, you'll be notified within provided guidance on how to appeal. So it means you can appeal if you are not shortlisted. Is that how Erasmus Mundus is?
Yes.
Oh wow.
But I don't know because I didn't receive any email. After submission, I didn't hear from them till the scholarship came. So it means that, no, I don't even remember that there was a place which it said that shortlisted. If you're not shortlisted, you'll be notified. I just submitted it and it disappeared.
All right. I mean, you did a very good work, put everything together, and I applied. So that is a good thing
Yes.
to hear. Okay, great.
But
Now,
they had like a separate, apart from you having your extracurricular activities on your CV, they
mhm,
had like a form where they will ask you specific questions. So they'll ask you extracurricular activities related to study abroad,
okay,
extracurricular activities related to volunteering, your
okay,
experience with it was so specific. But God being so good, I had like almost every experience they were asking for. I was really everywhere when I was in school.
okay.
So
I like that point. You were everywhere when you were in school. Please, let's be versatile. Some of us, we are only one way. Some of us, it's only sports. It's only when it is sports that you can find us. If they are doing, I mean, any other thing, we are not there. Please be versatile. You never
you
know
don't have
how
to just
you are.
do things that they'll pay you.
So,
Sometimes you volunteer for free because the study abroad experience I used, it was a volunteering thing I did in school. They didn't pay me. I went there and then I volunteered myself.
very good. So it's not everything that they will pay you. Please, let's learn this. I mean, the culture of volunteerism is not actually something that is part of us in Ghana, but
Mhm.
this is something that we actually talking about more now. Please volunteer. Okay. Sometimes you go, don't pay you. Yeah, you man, put on your CV. That thing on your CV is the plus. You'll be your game changer. So let's all note about. Okay, good. So if I have done all of this, done the normal application, put everything, and then submitted my Erasmus Mundus application, about how long would I have to wait if I'm going to be shortlisted? I mean, everybody's going to be shortlisted in Jesus' name. Amen.
So for mine, amen, amen. So for mine, I submitted it in February and I got a response from them in April.
Okay.
Note, mine didn't have an interview. There was no interview. So you were going to be selected based on everything you have provided. There was no interview where you go and explain yourself. So it means that I feel like this one is more, it's better if there is an interview and you know that, okay, maybe I submitted a CV because for some interviews I remember I submitted CVs with maybe volunteering experiences I didn't explain. And then when I went for the interview, they gave me the chance to explain, okay, you have
Good.
this on your CV. What did you do? But this
Okay.
one didn't have the interview part. So I had to make sure that for every volunteering experience that I have there, I have to justify it. So there was this sort of, I linked my CV to my motivational letter. So if I
Okay.
have something in my CV, I should explain it in my motivational letter.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So you're actually giving us a very pro tip here. So the pro tip is that I think somebody's writing on my screen. Subconsciously, okay. The pro tip here is that you should make sure that your motivational letter expatiate on your CV, the key pointers. So if you
Exactly.
want to have your volunteering experience or your leadership experience or some very academic outstanding things you have, like you being a T and other things, you expand upon it the more. So the motivational letter is giving that opportunity to open up all of these things as well. So it means that the your motivational letter, which in other case some people will call it an SOP, moves hand in
Yes.
hand with the CV
The CV, exactly.
hand in hand. Some people write, it's like you can see that the CV and motivational letter are far apart. They always have to be together, pointing to one person and selling a very good profile about yourself. Okay, that's very good. So, I think that's.
And
Is there
can
anything you
I
want?
add one thing to the motivational letter?
Okay, great.
Yeah, so with the motivational letter too, you shouldn't just write like just your experience. Make sure you relate that experience to the program you're applying for.
Okay.
So the CV, the motivational letter, everything should have something to do with the program. It should have something to do with the program. So I remember my first application, my first CV I created, it was weird because it was very long. I had like a lot of experience. It was very long, but later on I realized that no, depending on what you want to apply for, you can take some of your experiences out. I was applying for social psychology. I really didn't need to have like a lot of teaching experience in there. So I took out most of the teaching experiences and other experiences I felt were not relevant to the program. And then I replaced it with other experiences I felt were very relevant to the program.
Okay. So it means that you have to tailor your CV to the program you are applying to. Everybody has his
Yes,
own default CV, but when you are applying for every scholarship, I mean, I'm just saying every scholarship, and then with emphasis to Erasmus Mundus, look at the program. So, like as we saw in the program Why the Sport, you see that there might be
yes.
some key things that is talking about psychology and things like that,
When you
sustainability.
check the curriculum, they'll tell you like everything you need to know about the program. So the pro tip I did was that they even had a handbook, which is about 60 something pages. I sat down and read the whole handbook.
Wow.
So you see, it has transformational leadership, conflict and cooperation, environmental sustainability. These are the three pillars of the program. So I made sure that my statement of purpose captured all these three. Every experience was either related to transformative leadership or to conflict and cooperation or to environment and sustainability.
Okay. So it applies to all of us. So we are using her own as an example. Okay. So I'm assuming you are applying for something in engineering and you go and see other things there. Take your time, go to the program details. If there's a handbook, look at the handbook as well, and then
Okay.
try and make sure that your motivational letter is highlighting these key areas of the program. That tells them that you're actually the kind of person they are looking for the program, because you are a representative of what they are selling out. So if you
Exactly.
fit it, it becomes quite easier for them to admit you as well. So that's another pro tip there for us. Okay, good. Is there any final pro tip?
So one thing, the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship is actually very competitive. When you read about the selection, you realize that for every country, they can't take more than two people. They can't select more than two people. But fortunately or miraculously, for me, my program, the whole of West Africa, I'm the only one.
Okay.
I don't know how it happened, but the whole of West Africa, I'm the only one. And the whole of the African continent, we are just two. There's one guy from Egypt and then me. So if you are putting in the application, like do your possible best. Do your possible best. Make sure you understand what you are applying for. You don't just pick up your documents and just dump it there because you are applying. And I remember I had a conversation with one of the coordinators. He is part of those who read our statement of purpose, and I was asking him that I'm still wondering why I'm the only West African in the program, also the only black. So, and it's like I asked him whether other West Africans didn't apply, and he was telling me that he doesn't know whether they didn't understand the program or what. They applied, but they had to drop all of them because they didn't have what they were looking for.
Okay. So it means
Yes.
they didn't take their time to understand what was actually happening. They didn't take their time to understand what's actually happening as well. So please, to all of us, if you're applying, don't apply. Don't be in
Read.
a rush. Take your time and apply. Take your time. Read. She read 66 pages handbook. I know it is work, but if you take your time to read and you understand, it will help you to tailor your application to ensure that if they are choosing only one Ghanaian or one African or one West African, it would be you. And then you come next year, we'll interview you to also be on the platform as well.
Amen.
Great. So we'll take some questions. So I'll stop sharing of my screen. I think that would help. Okay, I can still keep it if that's so I'll take some of the questions. So I'll take one of the questions that came, which I think was somebody asked, when you talked about you not working, somebody was asking what about part-time jobs? I mean, as a guardian, still they want some jobs. Please clarify for us. Can you do part-time
You
jobs?
can't
You
you
can't.
can't do any job. You can't do anything that will put money in your account. Like
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, maybe if you have a skill, then that one is you do, and then but you can't take any job here. If
Okay.
you have a skill, then that one, for example, if you know how to braid hair, you can braid your hair and make your money. But you can't do any sort of official job. Even if you take internship, it has to be unpaid internship.
Okay.
It is assumed that the European Union is taking care of you.
Okay.
So you don't need any source of income again.
Okay. Great. So I mean, in case of any doubt, just reach out to your program coordinators for them to clarify for you. Don't go and do anything that will put you in trouble, right?
Exactly.
Great. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you're
Mhm.
applying for any scholarship and you have any questions, the right person to ask is the program coordinators or the emails that are usually provided. I mentioned that when I got the scholarship link, the deadline had passed. I reached out to them because when you read the portal, it said that deadline was 15 January. But when I read some parts of the program, it was saying that deadline was now 15 February. So I was confused. But then I
Okay.
wrote to them and I was like, I'm interested in this program and not just the program, but the scholarship. But I realized that there are two deadlines. Can they clarify? They did. And when I was even submitting my application, I was having a lot of issues because I will submit my CV and it will submit as my high school transcript. I'll submit my high school transcript. It will go as my motivational letter. I reached out to them. They took their time, went back into the portal, showed me where to go, and then they sent me another email. So before I finished the application, I had like emailed them like 10 times.
Good.
So when you
Good.
have a question, if you're applying for something, you have a question, the right people to ask is usually the helpline or the email that is provided there. You shouldn't be scared. Any question that you have, just write to them. They will answer it for you. Any confusion, they will help you out.
Don't assume that
Yes,
this is what it means. Just send an
yes.
email for clarification. That is why emails are there. It's only in, I mean, our part of the world, Ghana and Co. You send an email to an office, Charlie, 1,000 years, you won't get a
Oh,
reply.
this one, they were responding like back to back. At a
Yes.
point, I felt like they'll say, hey, who is this girl that is worrying us like that? Because I will come back and ask another question. And then I'll just come in with questions every now and then.
Okay. So no part-time jobs. If you want any clarification, just reach out to how do you call it? Reach out to the
If
team and
it's the
help you out.
scholarship, it will be in your scholarship contract. It will be stated that you can't take up any job.
Okay, great. So now somebody
Yeah.
was asking, what if you minored in psychology for your some of the courses like Legon and Co. You do maybe sociology and then psychology, minor in psychology. Can you apply for the
I
spot?
think you can still apply because I have some people here who said they had like when they mentioned it's not direct Bachelor of Science in psychology. It's psychology with something. So
Okay, so it means they can apply in that case as well. Okay,
yes, you
good.
can.
Okay. Okay. I'm checking the questions. Okay. So one of the other questions also the person asked that is a motivational letter the same as SOP?
Yes. So
Yes, so
every institution
just
have a
read it,
different name for it.
just the same
So
thing.
others will say statement of purpose, others will say motivational letter, others will say letter of intent. I think so.
Yes.
Possible.
And just to tell everyone, we've done a scholarship 101 on CV writing and some of these things. So you can always check the J Young graduate page. You see it on Facebook and then YouTube, and you see, take your time, watch the sessions to what's in that kind. I mean, watch, make notes, and apply. We are in the information age, so everything is readily available. But you just need to make time and then apply, and then you are good to go. Okay. So somebody was asking, how long should your CV be? How many pages? And then um, okay, yeah. How long should your CV be? And then how many pages?
For me, my CV was is it 3 or 4 pages? I
Okay.
think 3
But,
pages.
but there
So it
isn't a,
depends on your experiences. No, if like all the experiences that are relevant to the program, why not? They'll go through it.
okay. Okay, good.
If
Somebody
all the
said,
experiences you have on your CV are relevant to the,
yeah, okay.
but
Sorry.
if some of the experiences are not relevant, you just take it out to have a shorter CV.
Very good. Okay, says if I'm somebody's asking a question, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think this year's application requires a motivational letter or SOP, only description of volunteering experience. Okay, so I mean, she applied for last year, so if, in case of anything, you can always check and cross confirm. But even if they're asking you to
Yes.
describe your volunteering experience and
Yes,
work experience, it's more or less like a mini SOP they are giving you, maybe just describe, or what do you think about that?
it's there. It's in the uni assist portal. That's where you find it. Like the whole thing is scattered. So if you don't read, you will not see all the information. It's
Okay.
it's in the uni assist. When you go to uni assist and you find the program, and then you are applying through uni assist, you find the place where they'll tell you to upload your motivational letter.
Okay, great. So please, open your eyes. As you are reading, open your eyes because there might be something here, something here, something here, and you'll be able to see and then apply accordingly. And just as you said, if there's any doubt on anything, send an email to clarify. Somebody's asking, can you still apply if you already have a master's degree?
I really didn't read about that, but if you have a master's degree, there's one girl in my class who just finished her master's degree in London, and she's actually doing the same program. So it's just that it shouldn't be the same program. Let's say you have a master's degree in social psychology and you're taking another master's degree in social psychology. There's really no need for you to do that. So I'm not sure they'll even give you the scholarship.
So
But it's
prefer
very possible
so you can be silent on that master's and then just focus on your
yes,
bachelor's and use the bachelor's to apply,
to
right?
apply. Yes.
Okay, great. So the master's doesn't give an extra weight. Just make sure that your main program that you're applying. So it means that Erasmus Mundus applies to only masters and not PhDs,
Masters, yes. No undergraduate or something. Just
and
masters.
and no PhDs as well.
No, I don't know of any Erasmus Mundus PhD. Maybe there is, but I'm not aware.
Okay. Please clarify for me. There are some scholarships that when you go on, you are supposed to return to your home country to um perform something like stuff like that.
Mhm.
Erasmus Mundus, please, do they have to come back to Ghana to come and do something to fulfill requirements, or they can just continue their journey from there?
Okay, so let me use the. I told you I applied for Commonwealth. So one of
Yeah.
the things that made me, apart from the IELTS, the other thing that made me not like just drop the Commonwealth was the fact that I had to sign. There was a part where I had to sign that I'll come back to Ghana after the program, right? But with Erasmus Mundus, there was nothing like that. There was nothing like you have to come back to your home country. So when you finish, you have to apply for, is it a job seeker visa? Yes,
Okay.
I think 18-month job seeker visa. And when you get a job, you can, let's say,
Okay.
change your visa into a
Jesus.
working visa. So
Okay.
there's no, you don't have to come back to your home country. But
Okay.
why don't you people want to come back? Ghana is a nice place.
Oh, no, oh, I mean, the fact of the matter is that no matter whatever happens, home is home. People will definitely come
Yeah,
home.
yeah, exactly.
Just that they want to, kind of person Bob Brano who say, "Why
I guess.
yeah, and son are also but I mean, a message to all of us, if you're all traveling abroad, whatever we are doing, the final goal is the impact we'll make on our own country. Our
Yes.
country needs to go to the next level. So no matter how long you stay, always find what one or two things you can do to. Okay, somebody's asking, are there programs for business students? And are you to apply for the scholarship and then the school separately? Can you confirm that? So, program for business students, and do you apply for the scholarship and the school separately? Let's take it
So
to Mark.
for Erasmus, you don't have to apply for the school separately and apply for the scholarship. So like when we were on the scholarship, you see where it says apply. If you should click on apply, you just start the application. So once you get into the scholarship, you've automatically gotten into the school. So you don't do a separate school application for Erasmus.
Okay, that is very
The
good.
scholarship is hosted by those schools. So it's like we are applying for the scholarship into the school.
Okay.
So you don't have to do a separate. And then I think that was the second question.
Yes, are there programs for business students since we use psychology as our example?
I think the person has to go to the Erasmus catalog and use the search filter to find out if there are business programs.
So let's just to help the person
Mm,
clarify any doubts. So if you go to the Erasmus catalog, some join us a bit, some are even joining now. When you
mm,
go to the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship on Google, use Google, it will direct you. You go to the catalog, and when you come to the catalog, you search. So you go to the keywords. So you are doing business, and then
business, yeah.
one thing Lois said in one of the videos. I mean, I found that Lois, Dr. Lois said
Mm,
was that sometimes you might be looking for the word business, but
yes, but
it
it's
might
not.
not be business. It might
Yes.
be economics. Or
Mm-hmm.
so don't say that you can say me type business number and then no, I don't know. I mean, you just have to try other related words as well. So
Yes.
yeah, everyone should get that thing at the back of our head that if you search for something and you don't get what you're actually looking for, you can always try and look for other courses. So did I type engineering? Business. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I just got scared when I saw engineering.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Masters in Dance Movement. Choreo,
uh,
choreomundis. Hey.
so, Erasmus Master in Biological and Chemical Engineering for a Sustainable Bioeconomy. So, this is there. So, it means that in this case, I'm sure those with biological and chemical engineering and then those with some
Mm,
economics background can all apply for this. So, International Masters in Security, Intelligence, and Strategic Studies as well. So, those who are asking for business, I hope you can see. And dance and movement as practical knowledge and heritage. So, I mean, Erasmus Mundus covers a lot of programs. Don't say
lots
that
of
this one is
programs,
10.
yes.
Yes. I mean, Dr. Alois posted something on the Young graduate this page this week. I mean, if you have not subscribed, if you are not following the page, please do follow. Somebody said, "Oh, as for the scholarship, only for the STEM. It's only for the STEM, please. It's not only for the STEM
No,
people.
it's not
It's not only for the STEM." So as you can see, dance and movement. So don't let somebody say that as for your course, you cannot get. Even I'm saying it with all due respect. And let me take my time and say it. Tree. Ohio
mm,
University is doing tree. So don't
yes.
look down. Me course now, me yeah, no, please. all courses are applicable. So that is it there. Okay, I'll go to the remaining questions. Please, you have a question, you can put it. Dr. Lois, please, I am not seeing Facebook from my end. So if there are any questions from Facebook, you can maybe drop it in the chat for me, and then I think I'll be able to do that. Okay, great. Okay, so somebody's asking, will you get a job in Europe after studies?
For the job, like I said, once you finish the program and you get your job seeking visa, you can start searching for a job.
Okay. So I mean you can get a job. So people shouldn't be too bothered. It's all about searching for the job. And as long as the
Yes, you
opportunities are
definitely get
there,
a job.
you can be able to go there. Okay, good. So somebody was asking hey, questions are very detailed. Okay. So that question has been answered by Dr. Lois. Somebody was asking about tips on building CV and things like that. And Dr. Lois has shared something from the Dear Young Graduate YouTube page on that. So if you're in the chat, you can see it there. I mean, we have done the scholar. I won't take my time to say this. We have done the Scholarship 101 series whereby we took our time to
Mhm.
guide people on the process. So CV, SOP writing, even LinkedIn profile or online presence, all of these contribute to your profile. So just take your time after this session, go and watch. Knowledge is power, and then apply it appropriately, and then you are good to go as well. Okay, so somebody's asking about a general motivation letter entails. I think we've spoken about that. Then also those who are asking about the social media handles. So we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on X, we are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube. Just type Dear Young Graduates. I mean, and you will see us there. So just if there's anything that you want to read or check more, you can see it from there as well. Somebody's asking, is my family allowed to visit me on my Erasmus Mundus scholarship?
If your family can afford, they can, because some of my mates, they are like the other guy, African guy, the Egyptian was telling me that when we go to Portugal, his family will be visiting. So I think it's possible if they can afford it.
When
Why
you mean
not?
when you mean by they can afford, what do you mean? Is it that um it's much about the family, maybe if it's somebody married person, the wife and then the children, he should be able to get bank statement to show their support to apply for the visa, or there's something special about it?
You know that with the European visa is different. I
Okay.
think with Germany, you even need like a block account and other things.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying if you can afford it, why not?
Okay. And please read more. There's much information there. So they don't
Yes.
restrict you. And the fact of the matter is that students learn better when their family is close by to them. So there won't be any
Mhm.
restriction if your family wants to visit you
Visit.
as well. Okay. Somebody's asking, so if you get a job, how long does it take for you to get permanent residence? Are people and permanent residence?
For that one, for that one, I have no idea. I have
So
no
please
idea.
read further. Okay, you'll be able to. So someone was asking, how do I convert the ECTS to 180? I'm from Kenya and I've read that the requirement is required. I think
Uni
she's
assist will do that.
assist to do
Uni
that.
assist will do that.
Okay. So our brother from Kenya, we are glad to have you here. You can share it to some of your friends in Kenya as well because it's applicable to all Africans. And as you always say, dear young graduates is not only restricted to Ghana, developing countries. I mean, middle and developing. We say Ghana is no longer developing, so we are middle income country as well. Stella has a hand up. So I think Stella, I'll pick your question. I think I want to make sure that okay, Stella, you can unmute and ask your question. If you want to turn on your video, you can even turn your video as well, and then I would look for the other questions. Stella, you can unmute.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
Yes, I thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Great. Wonderful.
Yes. So someone who introduced me to this
Okay.
program, she did public health. I think 2 years back.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, I saw when after she finished, she came back to Zimbabwe, then she looked for a job. Currently, she's in Australia. So my question was, if you finish, are you allowed to take maybe 6 months or a year while it's looking for a job, or you are supposed to go back to your country after finishing?
So yes, so like I said, after finishing, you apply for a job seeker visa, right? So I think in Germany it's 18 months. You'll be given 18 months to be in Germany and find a job. So once you find a job, then you go through the necessary documentations of getting a working visa. But some
Okay.
people decide to come back home because maybe they have other opportunities there or something. So
Okay.
it's not compulsory that you have to come back home with
Okay.
Okay, as for
Erasmus.
me, I don't want to come back to Zimbabwe.
Good. That's good.
That's
No
the
worries.
point.
Sure, very good. Stella, I think based on we had a session last week in Sweden, and during the Sweden session, one thing that Aram said, one of the panelists for the session last week said that
Mhm.
don't wait till you are about to graduate before
Yes.
you start looking for job. Whilst you are in school, internship, prepare yourself. So if
Exactly.
you wait last minute, it will go against you. So whilst
Mhm.
you are in the country, you are walking up and down, put your profile together, network, get to know people. Somebody might link you to someone. And don't also be that kind of person. When you go, you only mingle with Africans or you only mingle with Ghanaians.
Mhm.
Please
Mhm.
open up, get to know more people. It's an exposure. It's a place of exposure. Be globally inclined. Get to know because somebody might know something you don't know, and then somebody might see a job opening and then can link you because they know that you're a very good, brilliant person with a very good profile as well. So it's
Mhm.
a systematic process. Plan and work towards it so that by the time you are going to get there, you are good to go. Okay. I see Dorcas's hand
Exactly.
is Dorcas, you can ask your question. I think, yeah. So please, if I've not asked your question, then it means that Ambia has answered your question in another question. So, I mean, some people sometimes you don't ask their question, they feel that. So please just pardon me. Dorcas, you can unmute and then talk, ask your question or say whatever you want to say. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I joined a bit late, so I missed the earlier part. But
Okay.
I joined at the point where you were explaining how important volunteering is when it comes to applying to schools abroad. But
Mhm.
my question is there a specific area you have to volunteer in, or any volunteering is volunteering? Because I see that it's a very critical part of this application process. So, like, do you have any suggestions of some um, specific areas we can volunteer to boost our application or our CV? And then the other part is when you were mentioning the site, I just went there, but then my screen is not looking like yours. I don't know if I got it wrong.
Okay.
I'm not seeing the catalog. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
That's my question. Thank
Okay.
you.
And then
Okay, so Dorcas, with the volunteering experience, if you are in school and you know or you have intentions of like pursuing a master's degree, I think you should look out for volunteering experience that is tailored towards that maybe program that you're likely to do. Apart from that, you can just engage in any regular volunteering experience. But when it comes to applying for a school or anything that requires you to provide volunteering experience, try to find a way of tailoring that experience to meet the program. So I had a lot of volunteering experience in mental health, and then others in teaching. And but when I was supposed to submit this application, I found a way of, for example, I read that volunteering experience is like 10%, right? And I remember during COVID when we were home, I was teaching. I said teaching experience, right? I was teaching children in my neighborhood. When we went, all students went back home. I would gather the children in my neighborhood and teach them. To you, you see that experience as teaching, but I was able to like craft that experience into social change. You get it? I'm making a change in my village, like in my neighborhood.
Great.
So when you volunteer, look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at, okay, I volunteered in mental health. Beyond mental health, there was an impact that you did. I don't know if you are getting something out of what I'm saying.
Yes,
So you can just
I'm
do
catching
just one
something.
volunteering program and like volunteering. You can just take just one volunteering, let's say job or something, but you can tailor it to different parts of or different. You can use it for like different things.
Very
So
good.
if like they were asking for my volunteering experience in teaching, I could have used that. But I was able to craft that volunteering experience to fit social change.
Which is your
You get it?
transformational leadership, which
Yes,
you are catering for,
Okay.
right?
yes.
Very
Okay.
good.
All right. I get it. Thank you very much.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. So it means that people need to brainstorm. The
Yes.
brainstorm, take your time, think, find a way, do the linkages. That is why somebody say that is why you went to school, with all due respect to all of us. So just take your
Kind
time,
of
do it,
creating
do
a link between
that,
your experience
show
and
us that you can do that, and then you are good to go there. Okay, great.
Okay, please, I have one last
Great.
comment.
Okay,
okay.
I want to find out for this year, is the time past or still have some time
For this same
if you want to
scholarship.
apply? Yes, for this year. Like application for next year. We do it this year, right? Or
For which particular one? Because different programs are
for
different
Erasmus
states.
Mundus.
Oh, okay. So if I want to apply for 2026, 2027 academic year, is that
Yes,
is
that's what I'm saying. That even with that, when you come to their catalog, every scholarship has different dates. Most of them they have different dates. I don't know for sports. I think it's currently open. Maybe to be closed in January. Other
Okay.
programs will even go to the extent of February. Others will even close December. So
Okay.
you have to go to the particular program and look out for the deadline. It's not general because it's Erasmus Mundus doesn't mean that they have like a general deadline. They don't have.
Okay.
okay?
But I'm
All
sure
right.
most of them are currently open. Most of
Okay.
them are.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome, Doctor. So this is what I did. I went when we started. For everyone, those who have joined us quietly, quite a number have joined us quietly. You type Erasmus Mundus in scholarship in Google. Then among that, you see Erasmus Mundus plus joint masters. You click on it. When you click on it, then you go down to search the course catalog, right? I'm on the right track.
Yes, exactly.
I'm trying to be a good student. Then Then when you go to the course catalog, then you see all the various courses. So you scroll down and then so there are over 200 courses. So you look for the kind of program that you want to do. Me, I like sports. So let me put sports here. And then you define the country, all the countries preferably. Keywords. And we said that the course wouldn't be only the word sports. It can also be exercise or
Hmm.
kinesiology. So if you look for a particular word and it's not there, what you do is look for keywords that are related to it and then put in, and then you click your search. When you click your search, it would look into the database and then it will give you the courses that it has. A sports, Bakope. Sorry. Governance and administration of sports, leisure and sports international masters. So you can see that almost every one will have something to do. So from there, when you click on it, you pick up from there. So that is how you begin the process. But as Ambia said, you take your time, read. If there's anything you don't understand on the portal, just put in an email to the program coordinators or the emails that are on the website, and they'll definitely get back to you. Somebody was asking, is it advisable to include your research thesis you want to work on in your motivational essay? So more like a
You
research
can.
proposal you want to work on in your motivational essay. Is it important to do that?
You can. You can do that. If let's say the program requires you to take like a thesis in your final year, you can do that.
Okay. So if you have a fair idea of what you want to do, you can show it. Somebody's asking what about USA and Canada for the job seeking visa? Please, USA and Canada are not among the Erasmus Mundus program. So there are other USA and Canada programs you have done. So you can check the Dear Young graduate page for all of those information. I think I've been able to answer
So
all the questions straight on my
yes,
Zoom.
for the question the person is asking, I think I just need to make some clarification.
Okay.
So Erasmus is for just European countries. Because I remember someone reached out to me that he wanted to apply for Erasmus Mundus and he wanted me to go through his CV, his statement of purpose. And when I looked at the statement of purpose, it starts with Dear Erasmus Committee. And when you read it, it says he's applying to a school in the USA, and Erasmus is for European schools, just European schools. No USA, no Canada. It's just Europe.
Okay. Okay. Please, we have heard. Thank you. So, it's been a very insightful Erasmus Mundus scholarship today.